year 2014. The U.S. Air Force admits they can control the weather. By 2017, that reality hits home.
Take the red pill.
Hey guys, alright, I'm down for the night, doing a little bit of checking like I promised. We're back to the Venture Sky app. Now, before I get started, I've seen in the comments some people claiming that there's only one model in this application, which is not true. They feature three different models. It's the Canadian model, the GFS model, and the Icon model. Okay, and if you set it to automatic, it starts out on the Icon model. And that's placing the storm right here, current day, current hour. Okay, all of them place it here. The wind speed, we're going up to 1,500 meters. This is what it looks like, 1,500 meters off the ground. Okay, this is what it looks like 10 meters off the ground, if this thing will cooperate. So 10 meters off the ground is different than 1,500 meters off the ground. However, these will both affect the severity of the storm. Now, if you look at this model, what I've discovered is, we'll leave it on automatic. The Icon model goes out to about 2 days. And then that's the end of the Icon model. That places it right here over Santo Domingo. Just at the eastern edge. If we go out to the 8th, this is where things are starting to change. Remember I told you yesterday this could change, and it's already changed just over the course of my day's driving. If we go out to the 9th here, we end up on the GFS model. Seems to be the preferred model for this application. That puts the storm right about where it was being predicted before. If you look at the Canadian model, the position changes down right on top of the islands. Okay, so there's still damage being done here. If we go back to the GFS model and we go up to September 11th, well, let me just take a look at the 10th here real quick so you can see. Tip of Florida, according to GFS. According to the Canadian model, it's going to be down here below or right on top of La Habana. If we take the Canadian model out to the 11th, it places it up here in the Gulf for some reason. There's a big difference in agreement between these two models. The GFS model on the 11th places it right back up here where it was on the 3rd. And this has already changed within a couple of hours since I've looked at it, because a couple hours ago it was up here. And then if you look on the 12th, on the GFS model, now it's going up into land. So this is even changing almost hourly. So we go back to the 11th, and we'll go out to the 8 a.m. time frame. The 8 a.m. time frame is where it shows it's starting to hit land, and 11 a.m. is where it makes major landfall. And then by 2 p.m. it's where it's pretty much maxed out. And if you go out to 5, it's starting to die down, but it's still hitting land. It's still hitting up toward Virginia. 8 o'clock, it's starting to die out a little bit less, but it's still parked. And by 11 p.m. it starts to die out. But this thing, man, it's still parked. It's still over land, and it looks like it's hungry for Virginia. Now, again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out as the 10th. After 5 days, it's a crapshoot. So on the 11th, it could either hit up here or it could hit down here in the Gulf. Either way, it's going to hit land. So if you're anywhere in between Virginia and Florida, I'm advising you, just get out. Just, if you have friends in another state, go west, go north. If you don't have friends, go camping. Go find a campground and go camping, or go get a hotel room somewhere out of the area of the storm. This is not a storm you want to weather. I just discovered this storm is so huge. Okay, Hurricane Irma Here, Hurricane Irma has become so strong it's showing up on seismometers used to measure earthquakes. This thing is out in the middle of the ocean, and seismometers are picking it up. Okay? Here, look, U.S.-bound Hurricane Irma has gotten so strong that it is showing up on equipment designed to measure earthquakes. Stephen Hicks, a seismologist at the National Oceanic Center, Southampton, said seismometer readings on Guadalupe, an island group in the southern Caribbean Sea, show the now Category 5 storm approaching the Lesser Antilles, another Caribbean island group. Did you catch that? Category 5 now. Okay? If you're planning on weathering this storm, I'm going to say don't do it. I know the title says no fear, no hype. I'm not giving any fear or any hype. I'm just common sense. You don't want to be in the wake of the storm. Here's the well, you can't really see the seismograph, but Stephen Hicks, who is apparently a scientist in Southampton, England, he tweeted this: seismometer recordings from the past 48 hours on Guadalupe show a Category 5 Hurricane Irma driving closer toward Lesser Antilles. Okay, Hurricane Irma is so strong that it's now registering on devices designed to detect earthquakes. Screenshot from Twitter, blah blah blah. So it's making the news that this thing is starting to register on earthquake monitors. Do you really want to be there when this thing hits? I'm gonna say no. I mean, at 11 in the morning, you're just out getting up. You're just starting your day. Do you really want to be caught? I don't think you do. Look over here. Let's take a look at this. This is a newscast from CNN, but even they're not using the GEM or the GFS model as far as I can tell. I think they're using something else. They may be using the nav gems. But here is their forecast. You're not going to want to miss this.
Chad Myers with the latest forecast. You predicted this within the past few minutes, Chad, and now here we are.
Well, we just watched the Hurricane Hunter aircraft fly through it, Allison, and we saw wind gusts of 186 and 192 aloft, where planes fly, 7,000 feet. That's where those Hurricane Hunter aircraft, you tried to say, fly. But the fact is now the winds are getting down to the surface here, probably close to 175. So Anguilla and the BVI and the U.S. Virgin Islands, you are under warnings, and it's a done deal for you. You are going to get this storm. You are going to get the track of the storm right over some of those islands. And if you do, the winds at 175 will be devastating.
Now, let me interject. You can see that this track shown here agrees with the Canadian GEM model. This track looks like it's going to go up in here into the Gulf Coast. But now watch and see what they show you when they get to the spaghetti models. Check this out.
You move it along to the DR and to Haiti. There's a lot of mountainous areas here. That may tear the storm up a little bit. But notice what happened at the 8 o'clock advisory. This number at 5 o'clock said the storm in the Florida Straits somewhere around 130. Now it says 150. So that's even more impressive because the storm back here is more impressive. There are mountains in here, and those mountains will catch some of the rain. It will tear the storm up just a little bit. So this track, although not quite set in stone, is certainly pretty, obvious where this thing probably goes. The storm size may still be significantly different from where we are now. Let me just say this. If you're retired in South Florida and you have kids in Michigan, time to go visit. That's at least for now. I mean, this is still 4 to 5 days away, but, why hang out?
Right. Sure.
Exactly. Why hang out? And their spaghetti models are predicting it to go somewhere up through the panhandle, so you just don't want to be there. And take a look at this on Google Earth. Did I close it? I did. Google Earth. I'm going to give you a measurement of the storm size. Okay, in Google Earth, look at this thing. Okay, here is Florida, there's Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia, okay, Alabama. I don't think it's going to go toward Houston. I think they're done. But look at this. Let's check out Hurricane Irma itself. If we zoom in here, okay, it looks like it's already over some of these islands. We pull out the ruler, okay? We'll set this for miles. Now, we're going to go from one end of the storm to the other. We'll kind of go right to the outside of the arms. So, looks like we've got an arm here and to the outside of the arm here. That's 512 miles. That's a 500-mile wide storm. You don't want to be near that. That's all I'm saying. It's time to pack up and get out. Don't stick around for this storm. Go camping, go get a hotel room, go see friends or family. Just don't be around for this storm. So after all that, I hope you take my warning and get out of town. You know, this storm is building up a lot of power. Who knows where it's going to go in size and in category strength. I mean, maybe it'll go to category 6. Who knows? I'm not trying to hype it up or give any fear, but I'm just saying it's just not a good idea to be there. Just get out. Just batten down the hatches. Don't try to save water. Don't try to get food ready and all that and get ready to weather this, because category 5 starts tearing down stick homes, wood frame homes. Unless you have a brick house, you probably don't want to be there. Just go see friends, go see family, get a hotel room, go camping, grab the RV, take off. Just don't come back until Tuesday, I guess. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. So much power, the seismometers are picking it up. Think about that. Make a good decision. Red Pill, signing off.
Remember, the truth is out there waiting to be found. Wake up, take the red pill, join the Red Pill Info War. Break the matrix, free your mind.